Okay, Kristen. So, formerly with Hilton, and you were doing some training there. Tell us about what exactly you were doing.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jason, for having me and giving me this opportunity. At Hilton, I was a performance brand manager and supported the all suites and focus service category hotels. And I looked at performance metrics and provided training that was prescribed based on any of those findings where we had gaps.
And you were initially furloughed and then eventually laid off because this thing just keeps coming at us, doesn't it? But
Correct.
before then, you were participating in some of the recovery, the here's what we need to do, our new normal. Tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So when this first came on, our EMEA sector in APAC were the first to kind of be impacted by this. So through those findings, we were able to really get that approach in place, knowing that it was coming to the United States. So looking at our cleanliness and digital check-in process, all of those types of things that really help mitigate some of the concerns coming through travelers, and how to prepare ourselves for the upcoming shutdowns. But through our hotels, we've had a lot of that, and also how to look at occupancy and looking at healthcare workers as a possible avenue in order to continue to keep some of those occupancy rates up.
So, were some of this working? Were you seeing some of this return on these tactics?
Definitely, definitely. So that was something we definitely saw. Originally we were seeing actually some 0 to 4% occupancy rates, which are just completely unheard of in the hospitality industry. We've never seen something like that historically. So given some of the things that we put into place, especially with emergency personnel, in a lot of the high risk areas, we definitely saw a huge upswing based on providing those discounts to healthcare workers and making sure that they knew that we had been in there and really disinfected those rooms.
Hmm. So, tell us a little bit about what the travel perception that hoteliers should have now.
So definitely. So at the very beginning of this, kind of in the March, April timeframe, there were surveys that were done, and the travelers were finding based on asking them, if they were to provide one word thinking of travel, there were things such as caution, wait, scary. We're starting to see a shift in that now as things are starting to calm down in the market. We're starting to see that people are traveling again. For the first
Mhm.
time since March, we're seeing 40% occupancy rates, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So, that is definitely something that has changed a lot. And we're starting to see where we only had about 1 in 5 people traveling. We're starting to see about a third of the US starting to travel now.
And that's leisure versus corporate.
Correct. Yeah, leisure is where everyone really should be focusing on right now. I really think that business travel will continue to be greatly impacted due to the fact that most people are working virtually and remotely. So I think we'll start seeing some change in that towards the end of the year. But right now, the biggest focus is leisure.
So, what about digital channels that anyone should be looking
Yes,
at?
absolutely. So within the digital channels, the biggest thing is to ensure through any, your own website, any type of OTAs, making sure that there is communication in the sense of, are they open? There is so much, unknown factors that travelers aren't even sure that the hotels are open. So making sure that that is really something that they're putting out there, making sure that their cancellation policies have been updated across the entire hotel or hospitality industry. Rather, we are seeing that there are very flexible cancellation policies with no fees. So that is something we should definitely be looking at even on the independent hotel level.
Hmm.
And also making sure that they know that there are prevention plans in place for both employees and guests at the hotel. That there are disinfecting and sanitation that's happening, making sure that they are able to do contactless check-in and check-out. That is something that's really critical during this time.
Hmm. And what about their marketing campaigns? Any kind of auditing? You were talking
Yes.
earlier about auditing.
Yeah. So, when looking at promotions that are currently live, there may be some existing promotions that need to be audited, that need to be removed. Currently, with the way that it should be shifted right now is promoting based on advanced purchases, which is something that's very attractive to guests right now. They know that they can future travel. One of the things with advanced purchase, so many hoteliers aren't even sure how that can work. One of the ideas that I have seen is doing bonds
Hmm.
versus just advanced purchase. So you would purchase a bond for $100 per se, and then that bond, if you travel within 60 days of that purchase, it actually gives you $150. But then it goes back to the $100 value after the 60 days. So really incentivizing the guests to book with you and make those purchases so that you're still gaining revenue is great.
Yep. All right. Okay. Thanks, Kristen. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much. I really appreciated the time and look forward to seeing any other podcasts you put out there because I'm always trying to learn. So thank you so
Sure.
much.
Yep. Thanks.